Let's make a smoked and then braised chuck roast. This is an easy, straightforward recipe. We're doing it on the Kamado Joe Pellet Joe. Stick around, we'll get into all the details. Hey team, it's Scott from Bartlow's Barbecue. Put in the comments what city, what country are you tuning in from? Would love to know where you're watching. And be sure to subscribe to the channel because I've got a epic 10,000 subscriber giveaway plan. You're definitely not gonna wanna miss it. So subscribe, share with your friends. Once we hit that goal, we will do this huge giveaway. Well, today we're using pellet jacks from Jealous Devil on this Kamado Joe. We're gonna fill this hopper up. And what I like to do is I like to make a mound and like kind of use my hand. Got a little spillage, that's okay. And then we are set to go. We're setting the temperature to 250 today. We're gonna use the app to tune this in and get this chuck roast going. I'll bring you into the kitchen, show you our quick prep, and we'll get this thing smoking. Well, here's our chuck roast. It is like a 3-pound chuck roast. We're gonna use mustard as a binder. That you don't taste it, I promise. And then we're gonna use my house rub as the seasoning. And we'll just kind of pat this in on all sides. All right, friends, we are gonna smoke this chuck roast. And we're gonna smoke this for 2 hours at 250 until we get a good bark on it, and then we'll spritz with some beef stock or apple cider vinegar depending on what I have in the pantry. You could use either or combination of both. And then once we see that we've been smoking this for 2 to 3 hours, then we're gonna put it in a foil pan with some beef broth, and then we're gonna smoke it until we hit that probe tenderness of 200-ish degrees. All right, friends, we've got a nice crust on this. We're at that 160 mark now. Taking a foil pan, sliced up some onions, and I'm gonna put this right in this pan. And then in addition to the onions, we're gonna be using, you could use beef stock as a great ingredient, but one that I've been experimenting with some other recipes is using this Johnny's au jus sauce. So we're gonna pour that all around, and you can even pour it a little bit on top. But this is gonna give it a beefy flavor, which goes really well with the chuck roast. And then I'm gonna also put a little bit of this remaining water. This is a combination of water and apple cider vinegar to kind of dilute a little bit of the beef. All right, now that we've poured that water to help dilute some of the beefy flavor, but it's gonna be really great. I wanna show you what this looks like right here. It looks good, smells good. We're gonna put this on the smoker, let it ride till 185, and then I'm gonna put a foil cover over this, and just to help speed up the process and just help encourage that tender and juiciness that we know that this chuck roast can be. So let's put it on the smoker. It's 180, and I put foil around the foil pan, and we are gonna take this until it's probe tender, and it's pretty much marinating and gonna help continue to bring flavor to our chuck roast with all that au jus and onions and a few other ingredients. So tasty. So we're gonna take it till probe tender, which could be between 200 and 210, depends on every cut. So we'll just see how this particular chuck roast does, and then I'll see you back once we're probe tender, and then we'll be ready to let it rest and shred and kind of show you that final product. All right, team, we have completed this cook. It's been braising in this liquid for a few hours now. We've hit that probe tenderness, which ended up being around that 207, 208. And what we'll do is just take it out of the container, put it on this pan here, and then we'll begin to shred it. I'll bring you in and we'll start shredding. shredded this chuck roast, as you can see. And my friends, it looks great. We got a great smoke ring in there. We made a little chuck roast sandwich. Added some of that au jus and some onions to the sandwich, and we're gonna do a taste test. Man, come on. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Dude, it's so good.
Wow. I'm loving the flavors. All right, let's talk about it. Wow, I am loving the flavors on this smoked braised chuck roast. I'm telling you, I think the winning ingredient here, besides the chuck roast itself, is that Johnny's au jus sauce is top notch. It just gives it that extra beefy flavor that you hope to get whenever you're smoking a chuck roast. And I definitely think this is a winning combination and ingredient that will amp up your chuck roast. Definitely give this a shot when you're braising a chuck roast and you want to make sure you have a foolproof process. This is definitely one you want to do. Smoke, braise, shred, and you've got a delicious sandwich ready to go for your friends and your family. So that is definitely, in summary, what we did. We smoked it, and then we spritzed it, then we braised it, and then we simply shredded it at the end. I let it rest for about 20 minutes, and then we dove right in. You literally got a great smoke ring, tons of tenderness. You save this sauce. You can dip it, in the sauce for a sandwich, or add it extra to the overtop shredded portion of the sandwich, and you're ready to go as you continue to serve. So this is just a quick overview of how we cooked and prepared this chuck roast. I think it's a winning strategy that you should definitely try. And put it in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions around this cook, or if you have tips that you've done. I would love to hear from you, and what questions you may have on this cook as you give it a shot. Friends, I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel if you already haven't done so. I so appreciate your support. And again, from my backyard to yours, less hate, more love. Good barbecue. Till next time.